start to thank some very important people for making this event possible. I want to thank David and Diane's parents for a wonderful weekend, the rehearsal dinner, the reception. The open bar was sensational. But most importantly, for the love and support that they've given David and Diane over all of the years. I think they deserve a round of applause. They really outdone themselves. For those of you who don't know me, or perhaps were expecting someone less handsome, I'm Brian, the best man. It brings me a great deal of excitement to be up here on Dave's behalf, in front of friends, family, loved ones, and guests. It's such a large crowd. It's really a testament to the love that we all have for Dave and Diane and why we're all here today. As the best man, it's traditional for me to make sure that Dave arrives on time today and that he's looking his best. Dave, sharp as always, so you're welcome. Speaking of some good-looking people, I'd like to thank the bridesmaids, who look absolutely breathtaking this evening. I'm sure you'll be the subject of much unwanted attention as the night goes on, so I'd like to personally apologize for that. And Dombey, you look absolutely stunning. Can we all put our hands together for the bridesmaids? When Dave first told me that he was going to propose to Dombey, and that he wanted me to be the best man, I was so excited and just so honored all at the same time. But it really got me thinking about what I wanted to say on Dave's behalf, and it brought back some of the best memories of my life. My mind immediately jumped back to the summers in East Brunswick, when Dave and I would drive around and bump timeless classics such as Move Your Body Like a Snake and Joe Budden's Fire Remix. Playing basketball, tennis, skydive, it didn't matter, we just had a great time. You know, it's hard not to like Dave from the first moment you meet him. He's one of the most sincere, genuine people that I know. He's easy to get along with, and he's always got a smile on his face, almost to the point where it's hard to make him mad. But it wasn't always the case. As a kid in school, pretty much all you have to look forward to is going home at lunchtime. Even if it means your mom has the same 3 things from Santa Claus and throws them in a brown paper bag every day. But one fateful day, it was different. I opened my bag and I had a little party in my head when I realized I had some Cooler Ranch Doritos. Yes, these are the sort of things you get excited about in school. So I did what any kid would do. I skipped the sandwich and I popped the bag open, but before I could even eat one, Dave's hand reached into the bag to grab a bunch of chips. I panicked and I pulled away, and I'm pretty sure Dave's heart stopped, and I looked up and emotion drained from his face. He looked like a ghost, but he went back in anyway for a second pass. This time I slapped it away. I don't think Dave talked to me for a week after that. Those 5 seconds were the first true test of our friendship, and Dave has never let me live it down. But that's Dave, a guy who sees the best in everyone and treats everyone with generosity and expects to be treated the same way. Eventually, Dave came around, and our mutual love of Cooler Ranch Doritos somehow salvaged our rocky friendship. We did a lot of stupid things, but it's no wonder that people seem to think Dave might not be the most responsible guy in the world. It seems like not too long ago, Dave would be playing Counter-Strike until 2 in the morning instead of doing homework. Or maybe he spent more time drifting his car around the back roads of East Brunswick than worrying about his future, which was always fantastic until he'd end up on somebody's front lawn. Or the times when we snuck onto Tamarack to avoid the $10 green fees, going in through the parking lot on the west, trying to chuck a ball into the fairway when the ranger wasn't looking. Fortunately for Dave, he didn't have to do this much longer once he was good enough to play on the golf team. Golf became his newest obsession, and he played every chance he could, pushed by teammates, coaches, new friends, rivals, just to get better. When Dave told me that he was going to Penn State for golf, I was pretty ecstatic for him. I pictured him going pro, winning tons of prize money, maybe joining his entourage. To all of our dismay, it didn't quite work out that way. But in every cloud, there's a silver lining. Dave met Dombey at the tail end of their time at Penn State one fateful night at Indigo, one of the finest establishments that State College, PA has to offer. Just days later, they were practically inseparable, and even when they weren't together, they were texting or talking on the phone for hours at a time. When I finally took a trip up to visit Penn State for St. Patty's Day, classic festival of culture, Dave told me about this beautiful, ambitious, funny, smart, sharp girl who we couldn't have enough good things to say about. I had to meet her. She came to the house, and we all had a blast, and it was like we all knew each other for years. I can say with certainty, from the moment that I met Don B, and I saw the way that they looked at each other, that they were the perfect people for each other. And not because she ended up taking care of him at the end of that night when he had one too many. Her energy, ambition, passion to inspire others were all qualities that had me convinced that Dave had found his better half. It just so happened that she was studying to become an elementary school teacher, which was also perfect because Dave acts like a child all the time. It's been almost a 24-year road. It's been a 24-year road for Dave, but you made it here. You've grown and matured, but most importantly, you've never changed who you are. You're a stand-up guy who, in a world of shortcuts, cheats, gets what he wants, whatever it may be, the only honorable way, and that's through hard work. You found the girl of your dreams and soulmate in Diane. And I'd like everybody to grab their glass and join me in a toast. Marriage is not about finding the person you can live with, but finding the person you can't live without. And I know that you found her. I'm so happy for you, and here's to a lifetime filled with love, happiness, and future successes in whatever endeavors you choose to pursue. Congratulations.